Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Lone Star Chick Plants. Welcome back for another video. Thank you for clicking on a video if this is your first time. Welcome to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like these videos. Let me know you're watching, leave me a comment, and let me know how you're doing on your budget. But let's get into this video. So this video today is closing out paycheck number 1 for the month of July. I am a semi-monthly paid employee, so I only get paid twice a month, which is usually around the 15th and on or about, it's supposed to be the 30th or the 31st, but my pay dates actually vary a little bit. I don't always get paid on the same day, so my budgets kind of run a little weird sometimes. Last time you guys saw, if you guys have seen my shorts or my short video I posted recently, it was in preparation for the hurricane, and we actually did get hit by the hurricane, so my budget kind of went out the window this paycheck. We did do some spending from our emergency savings, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. But we're okay. We made it through. We were a few days without power or water in our rural area neighborhood we live in. If we don't have power, we don't have water. That was kind of rough. We did have to sleep in our car one night. Did have to throw away some groceries that I had just bought to stock up for the storm. But because we lost power for an extended amount of time, I did have to throw a lot away. Kind of starting over with a lot of grocery stuff that was in the fridge. Mainly the fridge. The freezer, we did have everything in the deep freeze, and it kind of held up, so didn't really have to throw anything away there. It was still mostly frozen by the time we got our power back on, which was a couple of days, and we did not open the freezer at all, just to keep the cool in there as long as possible. It's still kind of like a mess in our area. I did have to go back to work finally on Thursday, but it's still really bad, especially in my area, because my area, I'm close to the coast, and we were really badly hit. The eye of the storm went right to the left of us, and we were on the dirty side the whole time. And so the storm was just literally raging for, I would say, about 8 hours, just non-stop. Probably longer than that, I don't know. I feel like it was 8 to 10 hours probably. It was just raging non-stop, just 100 mile per hour winds at least, and then for that long. So we did have some damage. We're gonna have to repair some stuff, but the main thing is that we're okay and we were all safe, and you know, everybody's okay. So that was like the main thing. Everything else, you know, can be replaced. We cannot. So we're gonna have to kind of like rebuild our back porch. We have a back porch that's the length of the house, and the hurricane ripped our ceiling fans out of the ceiling and just kind of tossed them around the porch through the storm. The storm was so strong that we were not able to go outside and pick them up. The winds were just too strong, so we had to just let them do their thing. I guess there was stuff flying around out there, so my car windshield got smashed, broken. I'm still driving around with it like that. It's just cracked, so I'll have to eventually get that replaced. It's just really crazy right now, and we just can't, we're like barely have cell phone signal, barely have internet, so it's really hard to contact anyone or, you know, have reliable service to get someone out here. Plus the roads are still, some roads are impassable. It's just still really bad over here in this area where I'm at. So that's not really like important right now, but I will have to get that fixed. My husband's truck also got a dent in it from, I guess, something flying around outside. We did have a tree fall on our power line, and so we're gonna have to get that cut. Hopefully it doesn't continue falling and take out the power we just got, because then we'll be with nothing. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, our back porch is a mess. We have it kind of fenced off from the yard for the dogs. or for my dog, because we only have one dog now. This way we can control when they go in the yard or not, and that is totally just standing in place, but it's not really stable anymore. So we're gonna have to take all that down. Some of the boards actually are even missing, so we're just gonna take everything down and just have to rebuild everything and rework everything because it's just really bad. We did lose a lot of our fence. We have about 500 feet of fence. We have about an acre lot, and we lost a lot of fence. So we already tore down the front fence, and we're gonna have to tear down the rest of the fence. So that's gonna cost some money to replace all of that. We haven't quite priced it all out yet. As far as we can see, we don't have any damage to the roof, although we do have a newer roof. It's just a couple years old. We did have it replaced after Hurricane Harvey in 2019, I believe. We did have it replaced after Harvey because we did have a lot of damage during Harvey as well, and we had to get a lot of things replaced. So we did have an insurance claim then. I don't know how much the fence will cost or if it's even covered under our home insurance. The lines are just clogged up right now, and you just can't get through to anyone. So I haven't been able to get in contact with my rep to review my insurance, home insurance plan, to see what it covers. So we're still at a standstill with that. But I mean, overall, that's kind of the state of affairs right now. My husband's still not even able to go back to work. So he tried going back to work, but they have no power, no water, no internet, like nothing. So they told him to go home. So he'll probably be working out of town the next couple of weeks, working at different locations to be able to work. So he may have to go out of town for that, or he may have an extended commute, because right now he commutes like maybe about 10 miles away. It's really close to our house, but he'll have to do that. So we're as normal can be right now. Everything is still not normal in our area. It's still hard to find gas. It's still hard to find supplies. It's still hard to find groceries, believe it or not. So I'm thankful for our stockpile. I just don't have a lot of sides. I may just go to like Dollar General and buy some stuff, because that seems to be the only place that has groceries in our area. That's pretty much what's going on over here. So it's been a pretty long week. Our budget kind of went out the window because we did have to dip into our emergency fund to get a new generator and get like a portable charger pack and a battery fan and some flashlights. But anyways, let's get into the budget. That's enough chatter. That's my life update right now. We're still in the throes of things, but we're okay, and that's all that matters. And we just had to dip into our emergency fund for those things. And we would have had to dip into it as well if we would have had to buy more groceries, because, you know, we would have had to replace food. So, thank God our freezer kept everything pretty good, frozen and insulated, so that we didn't have to throw everything away. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So let's get into the budget. We started with rollover of $7.29. For income, we had $2,058.92 on my paycheck. My son contributed $266. My daughter was supposed to contribute $40 for her cell phone, but she is currently deployed. She got deployed the day the hurricane hit us. I haven't been able to talk to her because she has no cell service. She's, deployed. So until she gets to where she's going, or she gets back, which will be in about another month, then I'll be able to catch up with her then. So I did not receive the $40 from her. And that was part of my fault. I should have asked her before to make sure she sent me the money, but I didn't. And it's not important. I'll catch up with her when she comes back. So I got $129 total from my husband. That was $24 for pizza. So that was the other thing. We kind of blew our eating out budget, and a little bit of our spending. And you'll see that in our budget later on. But that was because we couldn't cook. We have no power. So there was a lot of things we couldn't do, so we had to just go out and get food. We got pizza. That was $24. So my husband sent over $24 out of his side hustle money to pay for pizza one night. So we did do some extra eating out this week because of the hurricane, due to that. So that's a little bit why we went over on a lot of categories. We're in the red a bunch of places, and that is why. But I think overall we still did pretty good. He also sent me $105 for DirecTV. I got 4 cents of interest. I am depositing $249, and that's going to be for our trash bill. My Capital One fee that I wasn't expecting that to hit till September, but it's hit in July. I think maybe I just didn't pay attention to the date correctly. So that's my fault. I'm depositing, I think it was $85 for that. So I'm just a little bit short. I'm depositing $85 for my Capital One fee, annual fee, and then I'm depositing $24 from my pet sinking fund. So that's a total of $249. I did get some birthday money because it was my birthday the day of the wedding. So we had the wedding, then we had the hurricane right after that. So I did get some birthday money, and that was $50. Our house account, okay, it should be $129. So I did transfer $129 from our house savings, which is our emergency fund, catch-all fund, everything fund, and I pulled $129 to cover some of the hurricane things that we bought. So that was also additional income. So total we got $2,881.96 into the budget. So that was the amount we had to budget with. So I'll just start with savings. We did save $125, but I did pull back $129. So that kind of cancels each other out. Let's see, we'll go to bills. So bills, pretty much everything came in on target except for our DirecTV bill. It came in at $116.35, and I investigated into that, and that was due to us losing a $10 credit per month. They gave us $10 off for the first 3 months, and that ended in June, and I guess I didn't catch it. So the new bill for July was $116.35 because it was not including $10 discount. So that did come in over budget. So I'm going to call them and see if they have any other specials we can take advantage of for next month. But we are going to have to pay the $116 this month. And everything else came in on target. My electric bill, you guys know that is on balance billing. It's $213. It doesn't change. My YouTube is now $14.93. I have Peacock for $267. My phone bill came in at $301.10. My Spotify came in at $18.14, a car wash $30, and our internet is back on, and that is $18.64. I still had a little bit of credit this month, so that's why it's $18.64. I think it should be $19.99 or something like that. Our water bill was $56.87. Paramount Plus was $648. Our trash was $137.75, and that is our quarterly trash bill. So every quarter I have to pay this bill, but I save in my sinking funds. I save every month for it. So I save $46 per month, and then I pull that cash, deposit it in the bank, and then pay this bill. So I already have the money for this bill whenever it comes due. $95 is also coming from my sinking fund for Capital One to pay this fee. So I already have that money as well. So those are not normal bills that I normally pay. They're just ones that come up here and there. So for debt, I did pay $190 to my balance transfer credit card, and that is for my loan number 1 that we transferred into a balance transfer credit card. I have my Payzen medical bill number 6, and that is $53.94. I did have my third payment of my paying for my savings challenges and stuff that I bought. That was $11.45. So we only have one more payment on that. And then for variables. So for variables, the only thing I really added or changed was I added the pet meds for $23.71, and that was for my dog's hemp shoes that I deposited $24 from sinking funds back into the bank to cover this expense, because we do save for that. But we'll start from the top. So groceries, I budgeted $400. We came in at $239.14. So that was a difference of $160.86. Eating out, we are over budget $12.92, and that is because of the hurricane. We did eat out a couple of times. Then gas, I budgeted $75 and we came in at $79.82 because I just had to put gas again. So I topped off my tank because I did pass by a gas station that actually had gas. So I was like, you know what? Let me just top it off, which is why I went over. I was like, let me just top it off and be done with this, because I'm here. I'm right here right now. And who's to say someone else closer to my house doesn't or does have gas? So I went ahead and put gas anyway. So pets, I budgeted $42 for her dog food, but we ended up having to go last minute to Tractor Supply before the hurricane and get her a bag of the more expensive dog food. I had gotten her a bag of dog food at Sam's the prior time, so like a month before. And we had to just run to Tractor Supply last minute to get her a bag of dog food. And so we got her the one we were getting her before, which I normally, if you have been watching my channel for a while, I used to budget $51. So I did under budget, but I didn't also plan on getting it from there. So that was kind of a last minute change. So that was $50.86. So I was $8.86 over budget there. For beauty, this was, I got my lashes like totally taken off and redone. I got a pedicure and I got my nails done for the wedding, and it was also my birthday, so I just kind of treated myself to that. That was a total of $210. Spending, I always assign $100 for miscellaneous spending, and that isn't my spending. That is for the household or anything that we need, or anything that comes up, kind of like unbudgeted, miscellaneous, whatever. And if we use it, we use it. If we don't, great. But we actually exceeded that this month and this paycheck, and spent $133.49 over budget. So, and that was attributed to the hurricane as well. I did spend $265 for wedding hair and makeup, and that was $265 like I just said. And that pet meds, that was $23.71 for the hemp chews for the doggy. So that's where we're at. So we are currently at about 77 cents under budget as far as variables go versus what was budgeted versus actual. So not too bad there. We are going to have rollover of $307.99. So that's good. We'll have some rollover because I was trying to make that $1,000 Discover payment this month. I think I'm going to be able to do it. But let's get into the spending real quick. I've kind of it's kind of all over the place. It's not in date order like I normally like it. I was just in a rush to try to put my budget together because it had been a few days since I had been able to sit with my budget. So, that is why that is like that. So we'll just go through the spending real quick. I did pay gas for $29 at Murphy. I paid Peacock $267, Paramount Plus was $648, YouTube $14.93, DirecTV $116.35, Kroger $124.45 for groceries, and then $30.01 for gas again at Murphy. I did spend $46.97 at Dollar General, and then another $20.67 at Dollar General. Those were both grocery categories. I think I got some odds and ends. This was right before the hurricane, and I got some odds and ends for the weekend to eat lunch outside on the weekend. So that was that. Buc-ee's, I put gas for $20.81. If you're wondering about the color coding, you guys, the color coding is because I use 2 different credit cards to pay for all my variable expenses. I use my, the blue is for my Amex Blue Cash Preferred card. And then the yellow is for my Capital One Saver Rewards credit card, which are both linked in the description of my video. They are cashback reward cards. And so I do leverage them to earn rewards, to Normally it helps offset my expenses. I use it because I can earn rewards for stuff that I'm spending anyway, and I normally don't carry a balance because every paycheck I pay my card back in full at the end of the pay cycle. I settle everything out. So normally I'm not carrying a balance, so I don't accrue interest on a regular basis. I use my Amex Blue Cash Preferred card for subscriptions, gas, and groceries, because it does give me the max percent, which is 6% for those categories. So that is why I use that card for that. And my Capital One Saver Rewards card I use for everything else. Any other miscellaneous spending pretty much goes on there. I don't normally spend for any spending, out of my checking account. I just use my cards. So that's why the color coding is that way. So yellow is my Capital One Saver Rewards card. So I just kind of went card by card. My card, my other card, and then I went through my checking account and put those few transactions in there. So that is kind of why it's kind of not in order. That's what I did. So we'll go to the next one. So this was $37.12. This was to get my dress for the wedding dry cleaned, and that was $37.12. It was just so wrinkled, y'all. It was like kind of satiny and stuff like that with that chiffon lace, and it was just really, really gonna be difficult for me to try to iron it and get all the wrinkles out. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet and got them to clean it and press it and everything, and it was great. So that was well worth it as well. And actually this should have went well, I put it in spending, but it really was attributed to the wedding. I didn't take anything else to the cleaners that day. It was just to clean the dress. So this was actually probably wedding, not spending. Eating out, this was $4 for breakfast at McDonald's when I went to work one day. $28.81 on Amazon. I thought I had gone through all my Amazon purchases. I'm not sure what that is. This was getting my lashes redone. This was $100 to do that. I did have dinner with a friend, and that was $40, and we went to go eat some sushi. I did go to Target for what? I have no idea. Oh, I bought a, what do you call it? It's one of those little sticky bras, because the dress I had was kind of like halfway lace on top and solid on the bottom, like where your bra would be, and I didn't have a strapless one, so I had to get something, and so I got like a little sticky cup one, so that was $26.95. And then I also got a card for the gift, so that was $26.95 total. I did get my feet done, and that was $65. And I also got my eyebrows waxed, so that was $65 total for everything. I did pay my pays and medical bill. That was $53.94. I did buy a coffee, and that was $1.07 at McDonald's. I did pay the trash bill, $137.75. Paid my car wash subscription, $30. Paid the electric bill, that was $213. Capital One fee was $95. I did buy some Donut Shop coffee on Amazon for $13.96. I paid Spotify $18.14. I bought breakfast at McDonald's, and that was $4.21 on the 4th of July. I did buy my husband some batteries for his GoPro, because he only had one battery. Oh, he has two batteries that came with it, but he doesn't have a charger, like a little charging station, so to be charging the extra battery. So he normally, uses the battery and then recharges the same battery over and over again. So I got him like a little charger. It's like a little case, and it can charge multiple batteries. So the new charger came with like 3 batteries, 1 extra slot, so it can actually charge 4 batteries at one time. So he can charge all the batteries and basically have unlimited battery supply for his GoPro for what he does. So that was $36.50, and I just pulled that from savings from his side hustle money. $23.71 was the hemp chews for my doggy, and we paid that with sinking funds. I did buy some carpet shampoo for $25.61 because during the hurricane, my dog couldn't go to the bathroom, so she ended up going in the house. And the carpet shampoo that I had was not working to get the smell and the stain out. So I got some different carpet shampoo from Amazon. So it finally got here a couple of days ago and it worked great. So that was $25.61. $50.86 was for doggy food. $7.48. We went to CVS to get, I had to go ship something for a return back to Amazon, and so $7.48 was for 2 bags of chips because CVS is expensive and no one else had any chips and we were going to eat sandwiches. So yeah, $7.48 for 2 bags of chips, which I guess is like about normal right now because chips are like $5 or $6 a bag for half a bag of chips. It's ridiculous. Then I had to get my husband a new drawer on Amazon. That was $39.68. So I did, like, it said pay in 3 equal payments every month. So I just did that because the drawer was a little bit expensive. And we pulled that from savings as well. He ran over his drill while we were trying to take the fence down in the front. He didn't see it. It was right there and he ran over it. So there was no saving that poor drill. So he desperately needed to get a new one because we are going to have to take down the rest of the fence and then we need a drill. So that was that. $15.94. I bought breakfast on Friday at work because I had to work late Thursday and Friday. This past week, I did not cook because we had just gotten our power back and we didn't have food. So well, actually, we had food. I take that back. We had food. I did not have time or energy to cook. We are so behind on our sleep. We did not sleep for days. And I was just so tired to cook. So I did have lunch on Thursday because we made burgers and chips the day before. So I had lunch for Thursday, but I didn't have a lunch for Friday. So I ended up just buying some lunch at work. $10.81. I did have to buy a new laptop charger. I guess with the power surge, when the power came back on, it totally killed my laptop charger. So had to get a new one. That was $10.81. That was the pizza, $22.70. That was Friday night's dinner yesterday. I'm recording this on Saturday, and so you guys will probably see this on Sunday. My frontier bill was $18.64. My water bill was $56.87. My this purchase was from Amazon. It was a Halo Bolt charger. This is also in 3 equal payments, so it's going to be a monthly payment for the next 3 months or next 2 months because this will be the first payment. There's 2 more payments, so it was about $129. But it's a kind of like a portable charger, but it can also jumpstart your car, and it can jumpstart your car or any kind of battery. It also has a plug in it, so you can like plug in like a fan or plug in like some kind of, device that needs power, like a laptop or a TV or something like that. It also has multiple USB ports to charge your devices. It's just, I think it said the description, I think it said it can charge your phone like 17 times or something. We desperately needed that. So I bought that to have it for the future because we sure could have used that this past week. I did cash in $11.48 in rewards on my Capital One card, and I did apply that to spending. So the last couple of transactions here was $125 to our house savings. $11.45 came out of my checking for my PayPal Pay in 4 for the third payment of my savings challenges that I bought. I did pay $190 towards my balance transfer credit card, and that was for loan number 1. I did pay $265 via Zelle for the wedding hair and makeup. I did get my nails done, and that was I paid her through Cash App, and that was $45. And then I did pay cell phone bill for 30110, and then we did have to go to Harbor Freight, but they did not have any power, so we had to pay cash. They were only doing cash. So thank God I had my sinking funds cash on me, so I was able to pay. I had my sinking funds cash and my birthday money cash, so I was able to pay them $13 in cash. So thankful for that, because we needed some work gloves to take down the fence and start cleaning up around the yard, and we needed gloves. So that was $13 in cash that I spent for that. So that's it, you guys. That's all of the spending. A little bit crazy on the spending, but that was because of that hurricane. So the other things we have on order that haven't gotten shipped or ordered or charged to the card yet is a water jug, like one of those sports jugs you see for, like, you know, football teams or whatever, baseball teams. They have the little jug, like those little igloo, you know, sport jugs. So we got one of those, a 10-gallon one, and we're gonna fill that up with water when we have another storm, or if our power goes out, we're gonna have that filled with water, so that we can have water to wash our hands, wash our face, brush our teeth, just some basic necessities for stuff like that. And it has like a little the spout where maybe I'll insert a picture, but it's a little pull down spout, not when you have to push in, so that you don't have to touch it if your hands are dirty. So with that in mind, that it also has a little cup holder kind of like on the side that you can put like a bottle of soap or maybe hand sanitizer or something like that you can use when you wash your hands. So that, I thought that was cool. So we went ahead and got that. That's going to be about $60 plus tax. I'm not sure how much exactly it's going to be, but it's hasn't shipped yet, so we're going to have that. And then the generator we bought is a Honda generator. We bought that was I believe that was $1,100. And then we bought a cover for it for when we store it, and that was, I think, another $10 or $20, something like that. And then we had to get an extension cord for everything, for all the devices we plan on powering with it. And then I think my husband also got another gas can, so we'll have 3 5-gallon gas cans that will fill up when we know the storm is coming. The good thing about these storms is you know that they're coming, so you can kind of prepare. This storm kind of caught us all off guard. We didn't expect it to come this way, so we really weren't as prepared as we should have been. So that's another lesson learned. We should have known better. We should have just prepared anyway, but it kind of took a turn the last minute, so we really didn't have a whole lot of time to really gear up. So that's the things we have on order. And I'll show you guys when they come in. I'll show you guys what we got, what we used our emergency savings for. So that's all we've spent so far. We haven't really spent any money on the trees or taking the fence down. We've been doing that ourselves. We did cut some of the trees ourselves, but there's some that we can't, and we're going to need a professional to come out and cut the tree that's on the power line. So we will have to pay for that. So that will also come out of our savings when that time comes. But yeah, so we're ending this budget at $307.99. That's how much we're going to have left over. That's going to go towards Discover. If I had the extra $40, it would have been $357.90, but I don't have it. I didn't get it, so we'll just be waiting on that, and that's okay. But yeah, we're ending this paycheck. With all that being said, we're ending this paycheck with $307.99. So that's where we're at, you guys, for this paycheck. So I'll see you guys on the next budget with me for paycheck number 2. That'll be coming up next. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.